Well, hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Jared. I host a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. Now, today we're going to go live about 8:45 instead of 8 a.m. This is because our ban on TikTok ends. But I wanted to make this video today and give it a good hour to kind of drum up the thought police. They're all sex pests. They're all sex pests, and they federalized the National Guard to LA, and ICE is shooting fucking non-lethal rounds, blanks. This explains everything. I've been calling them the unfuckables. This has Stephen Miller all over it. Stephen Miller looks impotent. And so when you think about this impotent man-child that didn't get his fucking way, right? Kilmar Abrego Garcia is coming back to the United States. Yeah, he'll be tried for some dumb bullshit. And ultimately, he'll be exonerated. And that this is this administration trying to save face. There, I said it. But Donald Trump obviously sent ICE. They sent ICE into LA yesterday to combat protest. As I've said before, I've been protesting, boycotting, and striking. So I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, I watched ICE fire non-lethal rounds at a SUV with a handicapped person trapped inside. Cowards. You didn't even have real rounds in your guns. In riot gear. And by the way, the governor does not want his troops federalized, and so they won't be. So I just want to make sure that we point this out. This is what they wanted. They wanted to call it an insurrection so they could use somebody's National Guard to commit violence, American on American. That is what Republicans want. This is what the right wants. And every Democrat that doesn't speak out against it is involved in it. And I'm thinking of the Blue Dog Caucus that votes conservatively, that votes with the Republicans. Yep, if you didn't know what that is, you should probably look those up. Vote those people out. Those are wolves in sheep clothing. But yeah, I wanted to point out they're all sex pests, and so they sent ICE with non-lethal rounds to LA. No wonder that they had to send in the fucking National Guard. And it was only 2,000? It was only 2,000? Do you know how big LA is? Do you know how terrible of a decision-making process all of this is? You should not be sending ICE into LA. You do not have enough people. You're outnumbered. That will not end well. And they're not armed. They don't have real rounds in their guns, kids. Hey, before a person dies, before a single person dies, ICE is LARPing. They're fucking around. They don't have warrants. They don't have real rounds in their guns. They're LARPing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to all of the kids that think this is what leadership and law enforcement looks like, because it's being made a mockery of. All of you that are police that are not standing up and speaking out and saying this is fucking stupid and a terrible waste of resources, okay? All those people in ICE are fucking LARPers. They're wannabes. So I get it, it's like a scary time, but it's like we're so lucky they're fucking inept. We're so lucky they're cowards. We're so lucky that Donald Trump always chickens out. Because you'll try to federalize the National Guard without the permission of the governor, which is illegal, which means that he may have stood up a National Guard. 2,000 people? That's a battalion. That's nothing. There's millions in the military. He can't do it. Even if he does it, you can't issue lethal rounds and have them killing Americans. that won't happen either. So I just want to make sure that I pass along. I think that's a good word, right? It's a good word that ICE didn't show up with lethal rounds in riot gear on day one, right? But this tells me that there's orders of escalation, that Stephen Miller is behind all of this. And how do I know? Because Elon's fucking his wife explains everything. Brash, bold, but ultimately blanks. Non-lethal rounds. They're pussies. Yep, this administration not only needs tried and fucking jailed, but they're also pussies. And Donald Trump always chickens out and didn't have the balls to follow through with any of this. He pulls back at the last second. He's actually afraid of it. This should embolden you. If you're protesting, boycotting, and striking, and you're finding out the people that you're boycotting, protesting, and striking about, that the worst that they'll do is turn the hose on you. Oh, it's time. I need a raise. Yep. I'm just letting everyone out there know, like, you should be more emboldened to lift your voice, because the worst they could do is shoot you with a fucking BB, with a plastic or a rubber pellet. They're cowards. The lot of them. They don't have the balls. Imagine that. Kegseth says he's gonna send the fucking Marines in. Good luck with that shit. Remember, you actually have to have a reason to do shit. And the military don't... The President of the United States does not control the National Guard. The governors do. It's a state thing. So, President can only do this in an act, and we're being an insurrection, invasion, and the governor says that the protests were peaceful. It was ICE that was trying to stir up violence, kicking the hornet's nest. Yep, bunch of fucking bullies and punks and fucking pussies, wannabes, LARPers. No offense to the LARPing community, because you know what I found in the LARPing community that was like super inclusive, and like everybody had like an important job. Anyway, I wanted to close with that. I gotta go. Dogs are barking. Anyway, y'all have a good day.